Flatline Pro Wrestling, March 5th, 2016 is the final show here at Patriots Park, possibly the final show for Flatline Pro Wrestling, period. I've been asked, what does it mean to me? Well, it's going to be a lot of different perspective from a lot of other guys, because a lot of them are wrestlers, and that's all they see is the wrestling part. It's been the only thing I could think of was be like a tree. It started with the core of me and Daniel coming together with an idea of trying to bring some form of entertainment, and what do we do better than wrestling? And it branched off to involving my wife now, from which our Flatline Pro Wrestling has brought our relationship even closer. I know wrestling tends to spread people apart, and because of the amount of effort that goes into it, a lot of people don't understand what wrestling means to wrestlers or wrestling fans. We're a completely different breed, and she was a wrestling fan, and I opened her eyes up to like a whole different world of what wrestling really is. And if it wouldn't have been for Flatline Pro Wrestling, our relationship probably would have just spread us apart. But we found something that we both enjoyed, we both loved, and we watched it grow. And the tree got bigger because I had relationships with people I never thought I would have relationships with. From the booking point, a guy that I argued with for years, Caleb Kitchens, we grew together as friends. We were both groomsmen in Daniel Main's wedding, and as weird as that sounds, never thought that would happen. One, being friends with Caleb Kitchens. Two, seeing Daniel Main get married, much less being a groomsman in his wedding. So just the core of Flatline Pro Wrestling was just a big moment for me, because I was just a wrestling fan. I was just a kid that grew up in Augusta as a third-generation wrestling fan, and to see what I thought the business should be from everybody else's opinion. I mean, we're in Georgia, years of NWA being right here in Augusta, and the big companies that surround us in Atlanta, Cornelia, they have their own niche in wrestling, and they have their own niche in Georgia wrestling. I think we were the redheaded stepchild, not because we had a bad product and that we were just outlaws. I mean, we did everything, I think, by the book. We just went against the grain when it came to booking things. We took guys that most people would never book, and if they did, they'd put them in a squash match or an undercard, and we took them and we built them up to being superstars. We built them up to being a fan favorite, whether they were booed or cheered. We did something special. We turned Patriots Park into an arena. We took what most people would just do, put a ring in a gym, and play some music from a boombox. We took it and turned it into what would be like a multi, $1,000 facility, and we did it with no money, really. We've seen creative things that happen because there's a lot of passion when it comes from Flatline. The passion comes from the booking team, from the owners, definitely 100% from the wrestling fans, comes 100% from the wrestlers. Speaking of wrestlers, I mean, I've met a lot of different people. I never thought that I would be 30 years old owning my own professional wrestling company, much less being 4 years at it, and then be successful. I mean, we've done things that nobody has done in Augusta, and that is run a consistent pro wrestling show on an independent level in Augusta and be successful at it. I mean, I've got a lot more friends now, from the wrestling side. I mean, the one guy that I never in my life, the first time I ever met him, I thought he was a complete jerk, Anthony Henry, and we have grown. Him and his girlfriend and my wife, we have grown as a group. We're traveling buddies now. I've met A lot of different people. I got to see a lot of guys who had a dream and lived their dream. Guys like Ken Lee, Adrian Davis, Jacoby Boykins, Shane Hexon, Brandon Parker. Those guys, have done tremendous for this company. There's a lot of other people. I'd be here all day trying to thank a lot of people. I'm really lost for words. The one thing that I can say is that a lot of people want to know why. Like, why are you closing? Why are you shutting down? Because most places, when they shut a business down, it's because they didn't make any money. We made money. We made profits. We built an empire that was known as Flatline. There are some things that we could have done different. I don't think we exposed ourselves as much as we could have, but I think we did that on a purpose to show that there was other ways of doing Georgia Southeast wrestling besides the good old way. There's nothing wrong with doing the good old way, but we wanted to do something different. We were a group of guys that came in and had a completely different outlook on what wrestling was, the way we felt that it should be, and I think we've done a lot of things. Hopefully we've implanted some memories in some fans. That would be my one big thing is to see some people 5 or 10 years from now and see these little kids that run around and remember us from Flatline. I think we definitely put a footprint in Augusta. It's just hard to say. We're leaving out on our own terms. We're walking away from this with our heads held up high. We're definitely confident in saying that we've done what we've accomplished. I will never look in a mirror and say, well, we could have done better. I'm truly proud of it. This was my baby. Everybody had a little help in upbringing this child, but this was mine. I think it was the one person who was really very OCD about things, the devil in the detail, sweeping things around and making sure everything looked professional. I don't want to take credit for it. I think it was a lot of people that played a good part in it, but I think I was the one that was just always doing the finishing touches on some things. I definitely want to thank everybody. I think every wrestler that's ever stepped foot into our ring, every wrestler that's ever stepped foot into our locker room, whether you worked for us or you didn't. I definitely want to thank Daniel and Caleb for their creative genius, because Lord knows if I was still booking this by myself, or me and Brandon Parker were booking it, which is one mind alike, we probably wouldn't have lasted as long as we have. So those are definitely two people who came in and were a key point in this company. I like to call my backbone, Casey Wiggins. Definitely, I owe her a lot of credit for bringing me down to reality and times that maybe my head had gotten too big, or maybe I've gotten too aggressive. She was definitely the mediator of the group. She definitely helped out keep 3 grown men from turning into children. It's brought my relationship with my father together. He was a wrestling fan, and this is the one thing that kept us together, and this is the one thing that I see him I guarantee I can see him every month, whether it's our busy, hectic schedule of this crazy world that we live in. I think this video is really supposed to be about a whole bunch of what Flatline means to me or to other people, but really this is more of my way of saying thank you. Thank you for putting up with us for 4 long years, Patriots Park. We appreciate every minute of it. I'm just very thankful to be a kid who grew up loving professional wrestling, to be a wrestler, to be a referee, to be a booker, a promoter, and to be successful at it. It's just I never in my life would I thought that I would have been. If you would have told me, 10 years ago when I broke into wrestling, that you're going to be a successful promoter and a booker, and you're going to do it with some guys that you don't have anything in common with, and that at some of the point that those guys that you were going to have success with, or ones that you wanted to kill at one time, I would have laughed to your face. But it's happened. And with this being one-sided, I can talk for hours, and I probably repeated myself a couple of times. I'm not allowed to cry because my wife is mad at me because I didn't cry at my wedding day. So I'm not going to tear up. I'm not going to cry. I'm thankful for the fact that the idea of 4 people sitting at a table for 12 hours gives hundreds of people something to do and to be entertained, to spend their hard-earned dollar at it, and to walk away thinking that they ripped us off because we didn't charge them enough. I've seen this business tear people apart. I've seen this company bring people together. I've seen this company bring people together behind scenes. I've seen it bring fans. I've seen it bring family together. And that's truly what entertainment is about, is bringing people together. And I'm lost for words. I don't know what else to say, but to everybody that has ever purchased a ticket to Flatline Pro Wrestling, I hope that the statement that I made was true, and I hope that you will walk away being proud of us for being a lot of hometown guys and regional guys that a lot of people never wanted to invest in, and have definitely turned a head or two to now being invested in. I just want to say thank you to everybody out there, and never say never.